Hello, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. Today I have two 25 patch blocks plural. Oh my goodness, can't talk today. 2 blocks. Both of them are very fun. I put the harder one first and the simpler one second. So that way you can get the hard one out of the way and the easy one just goes whoop, just like that. If you follow the same procedure as while you're piecing it, then both of them will go together beautifully. So here it is, 225 patch blocks. Have fun. All right, let's get to block number 1 for this video. We are going to make this. It is 5 colors. And what we need now, as you can see, the black in here I'm replacing with purple. And we need 24 of them because it's in every single block except for that center. So there's 24 of those. Then for the red, just like before, you guys, oh, you need this, you need that. No, just because there are quite a few spaces colored in, 7 of them to be exact on each color, doesn't mean we need 7 pieces. So we need 5 of them because this one is a full triangle right here. So we're going to need 5 red, 5 green, 5 pink, and 5 blue. I know they don't really look all that great together, but I'm going to put them together anyway. So we're going to go ahead and pull out 4 of the purple because they are not getting sewn to anything. Then I'm going to pull 1 of each of these out. 4. So 1 of each of those are getting set aside as well because after we make the pieces and we cut some away, I need those for the 5th piece to have a full half square triangle. And then the rest of all of this now, 4 of each, is being turned into half square triangles. And I will show you when we get to the trimming how we're going to be using those leftover pieces to create the quarter square triangle pieces. So let's take all this over to the machine, all 20, whatever. 20 of them because I took out 4 and then 4 of each of these. So let's start sewing them together. All right, so same procedure as always. We're going to go ahead and sew 1 of each of these on the diagonal from corner to corner. And then when I'm done sewing all these, I will obviously show you how to trim them away so that we can use all of the extra pieces to create the other pieces that we need. Yes, lots of pieces to create more pieces to make pieces. So I'm just going to go ahead and stop talking and put you in fast forward through sewing all these together. So I did have the right amount of the purples because there's 4 here and I had only threw 3 over there because I wasn't probably counting properly. So I put the 4th one back over there. All of my pieces are now sewn together and I did accidentally pull 1 extra of my blue, which happens because sometimes the fabrics stick to each other. And we're going to take this ruler here and we're going to start grabbing these 1 at a time, and I'm going to trim away a 1/4 inch away on whatever side. It doesn't matter which side, one or the other. Both of them are pretty equal and lined up. So, I mean, this side is ever so slightly bigger, but that's not going to matter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line my ruler up the 1/4 inch line on my stitched line, except I'm actually going to back it up just ever so slightly. So the last time I made these quarter square triangles, I needed a little bit more, just a tad, like seriously just a smidge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in between the 1/8 of an inch and the 1/4 of an inch mark. So I still have a really nice seam allowance, but these pieces are just a smidge bigger because I'd rather be too big of a piece than too small. So I'm going to repeat that step with every single one. I'm going to just between the 1/8 and the 1/4 of an inch, just like that. So again, I still have a really nice seam allowance, but I will have enough of my piece to use for the next step. So I'm going to just go ahead and trim all these up, and I'm going to put you in fast forward the rest of the time. Okay, so these are trimmed. I'm not going to take them to the iron just yet because we're going to make the other pieces while we're here. So first off, what we're going to do is we're going to make the center. So for the center, I'm just going to pull one of each of these out. And I'm going to take these two and these two. And these I don't need right now. I'm just going to throw them aside. And we're going to make the center. So we're going to stick, you can see the chart up there. It's going to go red this way. Then green is going to go this way, like this. You can see the chart. That's that centerpiece. Pink is going to go from the bottom here, and the blue is going to go here. Once we sew these together with, I'm just going to use a scant 1/4 inch. Once they are sewn together, we're going to sew these two and then these two, and then put the two together and sew the last seam. We're going to come right back here again. So let's take this to the machine, and I'll show you how to do this centerpiece first. Okay, so here's the centerpiece. What we're going to do is to sew it, we're going to go this way with it. They're in their same spot that they're supposed to be. I'm going to send these two in first, like this, right sides together with the point facing up. And I'm using a scant 1/4 inch. And then I'm going to take these two and put them right sides together with the square part going in the machine first, not the point. So I'm going to slide these under. Again, I'm using a scant 1/4 inch. Then I'm going to break it, and it doesn't really matter. I don't know which way things are supposed to be pressed when I make these. I just kind of press them and turn them if I have to. So I'm going to press one to the right. So this one I have towards the green, and this one I have towards the pink. They're hooked together. I'm going to put them right sides together now. And you can see, even with my finger pressing, the seams are going, oops, right there, there's the camera. The seams are going in a direction that we need them to go. I'm just going to nest that seam with my fingers, and I'm going to sew a scant 1/4 inch again, because it's better to be a little too big and trim down than be too small and not have enough. So now I'm going to just finger press this open, and we're going to take this over now and make sure that it comes out 2.5 inches, and then we'll start the next ones. Okay, so we're back here again. I'm not even going to bother pressing it just yet. We're just going to see, and it's 2.5 and 2.5. Now, you do have more pieces right here, leftovers, so if it doesn't come out, try it again and change your seam even smaller. Just don't do 1/8 of an inch seam. Try to at least have some sort of seam there, but this is 2.5. All I need to do is press it. I'm going to get rid of these dog ears now, just like this. And one more. That's 2.5 inches, so that piece is now complete. Now we're going to do all these sections. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to put those together. So what we need to build those is we need 2 of these, just like this. So we have the pink and the purple. My purple is replacing black, if you remember that. And they're going to go together like this. Then my red and purple, we're going to grab those. And those are going to go together with this one here and this one here, like that. Then we're going to do green. So we're going to take a green and purple piece, and we're just going to make sure we have them in the correct direction. So the chart's showing it this way with this on this side. So I'm making sure they're all on the correct side. So far they seem to be going with my color on that side. And now for a blue, my short one's going to go here and the purple is going to go there. So they're all being connected this direction. So we're going to take these to the sewing machine now, right sides together, and sew from the point down. If you have an open mouth machine, you may want to sew them the opposite direction from the squared up side in. So let's just keep these right sides together. I'm going to take them over to the machine and we're going to go sew them. All right, so now that we're at the machine, I'm just going to stick them in. So again, I'm going to put them in because I have a single hole machine and it doesn't really eat the fabric. But if you do have a bigger, a wider hole for your zigzag stitches and such, just flip the whole thing upside down and put it squared side in, as long as we're sewing on the correct side, because after this we only have 2 more chances from each block. So if it doesn't come out, then you only have 2 more tries with each colorway. So again, I'm sewing a scant 1/4 inch, which is ever so slightly smaller than an actual 1/4 inch seam, because I definitely want to make sure that I have enough. They should be enough either way, but we want to be 100% for a fact sure that they are going to fit. And if your thread is very thick, then it also is going to take up a lot of space too. So take that into consideration as well. Right now I'm using a 30 weight cotton because I ran out of others, so I had to put this in. So I'm going to take all of these now and I'm going to finger press them right here to one side, all towards the purple, which would be the black on the diagram. So they're on their correct sides. And I'm going to bring the diagram and the pieces over here to me so that we can sew these. So there's those. I'm going to bring this diagram over here so that you can see. Here's the diagram. I'm going to put my pieces to the side. You can see they're in my throat space. And those 4 pieces that we set aside, one of each color, we're going to be grabbing those. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to find out what color goes to what. So the red and purple combo, or on the chart, it's red and black. The red and purple combo gets the green. We're going to put this green right sides together with this, and we're going to flip it this direction. And now we should be able to sew our 1/4 inch seam like this. Watch this. So it's flipped. I'll show you 4 times because there's 4 blocks to do. And we should get a 1/4 inch seam and a finished 2.5 inch block. Right on the line. If you look upside down, I sewed from corner to corner. So when I open this up, I am going to trim that away. But when I open this up, that is the unit I have, and it should be 2.5 inches. But we will be trimming this excess away because it's not needed. But for now, I'm going to set that aside. Our next color combo is, let's take the green. So the green is up here, right there on the chart. So there's green. Here's my purple. It's going to go with the blue. So again, right sides together. I'm actually lining up the corners. Don't mind the dog ear, just leave it there for now. Line up those corners. And when you sew, you could sew them upside down this way if you want, and sew from corner to corner. Watch. Watch, watch, watch. Oops, line it up. It's a half of a block. I know it's kind of weird, but this is how this goes together so easily and beautifully. So I'm going to sew from corner to corner as if I've been doing it this whole entire time. And when I open it up again, I have my 1/4 square triangle. And then we'll be trimming away that excess. So the next color combination is the blue and the purple with pink. So we're going to do that same procedure. You can either sew from this side, it should be half. So we're lining up this side and this bottom side. And if it doesn't line up straight, then overshoot it. and then you can trim the block down. So from the back side, you can see it's slightly crooked, okay? But that's okay, because I'm still gonna have corner to corner on my pink block. Just like that. So I sewed it from corner to corner. So if you look on the back, it's slightly off the corner here, but that's okay because I'm gonna trim it if it needs to be trimmed. So when I press this open, I now have my quarter square triangle done. So last combo is obvious. It's the pink with the purple, which is pink with black in this chart, and then it has the red. So I'm just gonna right sides together. I'm lining up these corners, as you can see, with my block. So those corners, because we're creating a 2.5 inch square again, and with any size block that you make these 25 patches with, so if you use a 5-inch square, your cutoffs are going to do exactly the same thing that these 2.5 inches are doing. So if you're making these blocks all from 5-inch squares, then all your cutoffs, if you want to make this block, your cutoffs will make all the excess pieces. So now I have this unit. Again, a quarter square triangle. So I'm going to trim this off, and then we'll get rid of these dog ears all over the whole entire thing, and then we'll take everything now over to the iron and press it. So here we are. My pieces are still attached, as you can see, and all I need to do really is just from one side split it like that. Now, you had to use the extra 2.5 inch square for this. So here's the chart. Let me show you again. The reason why we grabbed 5, so you can see that there's 4 of the reds here, but we had to have a 5th one, is you can see that 5th one is bigger than the cut-offs would have been. So I would have not gotten this corner piece with this cutoff and it equal 2.5 inches. So you actually have to use another piece to get it the size that we need it. So let's trim all these away like this. I'm just going to trim them and throw that over to the side, and I will have 4 more of these, the correct side, to go back with my original 4 purples that we didn't use. So we're just going to throw that over there, cut this one off, throw it over there, and so on and so forth until it is done, which is 1 more. And then when I come back after pressing them, then I will trim them. I could do it from here with my little ruler trick, 2.5 line there. And my corner is there, right there, 2.5 inch mark. I literally just do this and that. Oops, let's put that over there before I start cutting other pieces, and then trim this little dog ear off right here. You can do that and trim them before ironing them. So here's my ruler. Just gonna lay my corner on the tip and line my 2.5 inches on this side. And this one just needs a tiny trim right here and right there. And then I'm just going to get rid of these dog ears, which are already pre-marked from the way I sewed them on. So again, I'm just going to line this up. So you can do this before you press or after. I'm just now doing it before because I was trying to show you what we're doing here. So all these pieces are all made from the cutoffs, which is really, really good. So again, I'm going to line that up, trim the dog ear, trim the top, get that actual one and that one. So there we have it, all trimmed up. Let's go to the ironing board. All right, here's our chart. It's now time to lay them out. So there's all of our pieces. We're going to start with reds. So let's pull these reds. The ones that are half square triangles at least. We're going to put red facing down like this, that, and that, just like this. Then we're going to make sure we have a spacer here. Let's put that purple there. And then we're going to put our greens all facing down on this side, like this towards the center. Towards the center. Where's another green half square triangle? We have right here. And then, oh, we're going to take, where are we at now? Pink down here. Let's put our spacers in right here, which is our 4 blocks that we kept out. We're going to put pinks down here, all facing towards the center, like this. That guy goes there. And then lastly, we have blues going upward like this. Ooh, this is going to look so awesome. All right. Now we have our centerpiece, and it looks like pink goes to the bottom. So if pink is down here, it means red is here, green is there, and blue is there. And now to fill it in. So the one where we have the big pink is going right here, just like that. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the camera. The one with the red goes facing towards the red. The one with the blue is going to come and face towards the blue with the green touching the green. And then our green and red combo is going to go there. So there we have a card trick block with some half square triangles pointing in. So, like always, I'm going to hold this chart up so you can take a screenshot real quick. It's 5 colors. So well, more than 5 pieces. It's just 5 colors in the block. I think someone asked, and they must have been confused. These are 25 patch blocks because they're 5 across by 5 down. But let me just clarify for you guys. They take more than the 5 colors and 25 pieces to make some of these. So when I explain to you guys how many pieces we need, it's because I'm counting, obviously, the black. There's 24 blacks on this chart because the center one doesn't have black in it. And then these are actually on the cutoffs, but you need those. So there's 24 because we need those cutoffs. Then you also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reds. I know you see 7, but there's 5, and I showed you that the cutoffs make those. So again, it's the same with the green, the blue, and the purple. So anytime I do any block from the 25 patch series, just know that all of the pieces, it's not just 25 pieces. There's 10 of one, 15 of another. It could be all 25 of one color and 25 of another. It's just the 25 patch means there's 25 little blocks to make one big 25 patch. So that's what we're doing here. Now we're going to take and assemble this. So we're going to take this first 2 rows, same as I do in every single video that I have done in this series. And we're going to sew right sides together, just like this, right sides together, just like that, and like this, and like that, and like this. We're going to sew down this side, not this side of the seam from up here all the way down. When we are done sewing that, we are going to leave them all connected, open them up, put this piece from the 3rd column or 3rd row, right sides together with all of them, and attach those, leaving them all still hooked together so that nothing gets out of place. And this is one of those blocks that you do not want to get out of place. So let's take this over to the sewing machine and sew it together. All right, here we are at the machine. We're going to take the first 2 from row 1 and 2, or column 1 and 2. They're already right sides together. Just going to line them up with a 1/4 inch seam. I'm going to sew them through just like that. Then I'm going to grab the next 2. I'm not flipping or turning. This is exactly how I picked them up after putting them right sides together. And then I'm going to sew these just like that. Then I'm going to grab the next 2. Again, I'm not turning any. If you turn this, you will get this out of order. So don't turn anything. Pick it right up from where you left it and just come straight to you at the sewing machine. Then we're going to grab those next 2, slide them on through. And the last 2, we're going to slide them on through. Once we're done, we're going to press the seams. It doesn't matter from top to bottom. This one's going to go to the right. This one's going to go to the left. This one's going to go to the right. This one's going to go to the left. And there's a lot of seams here because there's a lot of half square triangles, but that is okay. We will work it all in. So now that they're connected, nothing is out of order. You can't get lost from here. All you need to do is bring it down towards you, grab the first piece in the third row or third column, however you say it, right sides together, and sew it through. Grab that next one. This is how I picked it up, like this. I want it right sides together. Don't flip it, don't turn it, don't anything. Just right like this, right sides together. And then it goes a little something like this. Yeah, that's the order it goes in. So that I'm not messing anything up either. So I just gotta sew it right on here, just like that. Pick up this next one, throw it on. Do not spin your pieces at all because then you will definitely get them out of order. Grab that next one, right sides together. My seams are nesting because I pressed everything towards the purple and everything towards the extra piece. And I'm sorry you're going to hear my iron beeping. It'll stop beeping in just a second. And my final piece, we're going to throw it on here. And, oops, stop, don't do that. And put it on through. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put you in fast forward with some music. I'm going to press these right, left, right, left, right, left, and stop talking. Okay, so here is the sewn together block. We can't get it out of order. So if you push them all together, you can see that they are in the correct direction. Nothing got turned, flipped, or moved. Now all I need to do is take them right sides together. So bottom row up to here, right sides together, and nest my seams. They should be right after each other. If you pressed all your seams open, if you are an open seam presser, then just make sure you nest your seams as you go. So I'm just going to nest them. I could feel with my finger that they're staying opposite of each other, which is what I want for a nice flat block. And I'm just going to go ahead and put the music back on and put you back and fast forward. There's our exploding card trick. I actually don't have a name for it, so this is actually a good name for this specific block here. So just know that this block, you could actually make a ton of these and put these together. This would be so awesome. And to think, you're actually using your cutoffs to make the block. So it's not like you're wasting much when making these. And then all your cutoffs, if you were to make this into a whole entire quilt, every single cutoff from this would actually make the perfect quarter square triangle border around your quilt. So anyways, here's the chart. Here is the block. It looks, oops, let's turn it the way the colors are on the chart. There you go. It looks better than the chart. It looks absolutely amazing. Surprisingly enough, these colors go great together. They didn't look like it at first, but once you put them together, they look fantastic. So this block is, since it was made with 2.5-inch squares, should be 10.5 inches, and it is 10.5 there, 10.5 there. Perfect block. And that's it. So let's get to block number 2. All right, so number 2 block for this video is 5 colors. This is a mini bargello block, so super simple. There is 25 pieces, but, well, there's 25 blocks, 25 pieces. And guess what? This one's so easy because it's 5 colors. That means 5 green, 5 of my tan, 5 of my red, 5 of my creamy color, and 5 of my yellow. Check it out. So this one is easy. We're just going to go ahead and lay this out. So we have one of these in each corner, just like that. And then we have the other 3, which are going like this down below, just like that. Then we have the red coming on the corner there, here, there, and there. And then above the red, the color that I chose is this yellow right here. I chose to fussy cut some scraps so that I can have cool pieces. Oops, I don't know how I got that third one. Right here, just like that. Isn't that awesome? See, that's another cool part about these, is you can fussy cut out pieces. And then my green is going to go here, there, there, here, and there. And then my other color, the last one, is going to go there, there. Oh, oh, there it is right there. I was wondering, I had an issue today, most likely it seems, because I'm counting out squares and it looks like I'm grabbing more than I need. So, all right, there that is. So we're going to go ahead, same procedure, except this one we don't have to make any half square triangles. This one we're just going to sew right together. So we're going to take this, that, this, and that, and we're going to sew this seam right here. So we're going to put them right sides together and sew on this side of it. And then we're going to open them up, same procedure, adding the next, adding the next, adding the next, keeping everything together so nothing gets out of order. Let's take this to the machine, and I'm actually just going to put you in fast forward with some tunes while I sew it and put it together, iron it, and bring it right back to you, because you pretty much get the understanding of how these go together when I do these ones that don't have half square triangles involved. So let's just, I'm going to shut up. Let's just sew. There we have it. Block number 2. It doesn't look exactly like the chart, only because I switched these out for some fussy cutted fabric. But other than that, I did use a yellow, I did use a green, I did use the red, and I did use the brownish color, but I replaced the highlighter color yellow, the highlighter yellow for these fussy cut pieces. And honestly, I like it. It looks super awesome. So let's see if it came out 10.5, and there's my 10.5 there. There's my 10.5 inch there. Perfect. The size that I want it to be. There is the block. Let's see what both of them look like. There's 2 blocks right there. So we have an exploding card trick and a mini bargello, which is super awesome. Obviously, none of the times I make these videos do I really ever name these blocks, but honestly, you know, if I did, that's what they would be named. So here is the bargello in case you want to take a screenshot, and there is the exploding card trick in case you want a screenshot of that. And then there are our 2 blocks. Again, this could be made over and over and over and over and over and over again, and just put them in rows and then make those rows, and they'll constantly keep lining up with each other because these 2 would go here, here, and here. You know, see, this like this would be here, up here, and there, if that makes any sense. They will just keep stacking and stacking and stacking as a bargello. So you can just continuously make rows of this and go that way, and they'll just keep going up, down, up, down, up, down, all the way. So super simple. All right, so there we have it, 2 blocks. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, as well as if you're new to my channel, head down this side of the screen, down below it, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.